Start. All right, welcome everybody for episode number 3 of the Red Engines Roblox Racing series, where we talk about everything about the Yahoo Cup series. Today's episode is going to be a little, interesting. Actually, let me check to see if audio is working. I had to make sure audio is working because sometimes OBS likes to bug out, so I had to make sure audio was working. And I don't know why it tends to bug out a little bit. But today's episode, quite interesting. Races has been moved back to 8:30 p.m. Eastern tonight for the Daytona 500. But we're gonna talk about, at least I'm gonna talk about what we saw throughout the duels. Go into uh our predictions for Daytona or for this race tonight, and then driver interviews if we have any. So want to kick us off with qualifying. Before we even get into it, we start with qualifying. Cody and Ultra got front row. Those two do get the front row points due to the fact that they did qualify front row, even if one of them did wreck in the duels. More on that later. But I ended up getting third. He's got fourth. I'm trying to remember who finished where. It was Mills. I'm not gonna try to remember it all, but Mills ended up finishing out the top five, but he hit. But for duel number one, it was Cody starting on in the first position, me sitting second, Mills starting third, and then Chase starting fourth. That was the front row or the duel one lineup. Only 8 people qualified, but as you guys will know later on, there was 6 people altogether in duel two because 2 people showed up late. I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2 people didn't qualify and they ended up not qualifying or able to qualify. But duel one, the first 8 laps, other than lap 2 or lap 3, I spun off the front bumper of Mills, making a bad block. That's why I usually don't run out front, but fell back to 7 seconds behind. Was spinning down the entire back stretch. Coming to actually, with 5 to 6 to go, leaders started saving fuel. I noticed that I could catch up, so I went from 7 to 5 seconds. We get to 12 laps to go, going to turn one. First caution comes out because I guess I was too low on going into the transition of turn one, which I'm going to say this now for all drivers: be careful with the turn one and turn three transitions. I guess if your car hits it just right, it causes your car to go flying in the air. This has happened before, and I'm not sure if it was fixed for it. It wasn't the first time it's ever happened. It happened, I think actually, ANRS Daytona 500. It happened there a couple of times. Wasn't very It's not a very common thing. It just happens every so often. But no, I flipped. So people were pissed off. It's not on recording because I forgot to hit the recording button. Yeah, I found it before the race started. Thought of that when I was spinning around. When Mills, or I got turned by off the front bumper of Mills. Not going to say I got turned by Mills because I didn't. He didn't turn me. I turned myself. But then we go back green with 8 laps to go. Then again, another caution came out because emote wheel popped open, and while I was trying to tell Niall to change the flags from caution to green, didn't want to run laps and then look up to see a yellow flag and think it's a caution. So that happened, but we restart with 5 laps to go. Cody and Mills pretty much led most laps. Actually, Mills led the most due to the fact Cody and Chase were saving fuel in the back and were somewhat losing time from Mills. But Mills was a little more further up front, but then he also started falling back to the clutches of Cody and Chase before the very first caution came out. But after that all happened, Cody and Mills had the lead. Going to turn 1 and 2, Cody decides to go up the track and gave Mills and me the inside advantage. We go around all the way coming to turn with 3 laps to go. No, coming to 2 laps to go, and Mills moved up the track going into 1 and 2, and I passed him. Then after that, he just kept trying to get me tight throughout the corners, and that would seal the deal for me winning Duel 1. Duel 2 was an interesting story, to be honest. It started off fine. Everyone was very aggressive starting off. Like, I mean, everybody. Multiple cars going multiple wide, going 3, 4 wide throughout the corners and all that good happy stuff. And then once again, with 12 laps to go, Joey gets turned by, or not Joey, but Ultra gets turned by Joey. Joey came up the track. Didn't look like a purposeful come up, but he was just trying to get off line, maybe get some clean air on the grill, and hit Ultra on the left corner panel, causing Ultra to spin out and DNFing his car. So Ultra ended up not unable to finish the race and is now having to start to the rear for the Daytona 500. Ultra didn't was pretty pissed off, to be honest, and we've heard from both teams that they're going to race each other harder than normal. Though I don't understand really why Mills and was talking to his father saying it, or talking to Joey saying it wasn't his fault. Yes, it wasn't on purpose, but you can't say that it was Ultra's fault. Ultra didn't move. Joey came up. Yes, it's a racing incident, but Joe was still at fault for the incident. I don't know if that's a one. I don't think he got a 1 out of 3 for that. So Joey got off easy. Got off with I guess a warning, but then everybody goes green flag until coming to 7 laps to go, or they cross. Yeah, no, it's lap 8. It was 8 to go. Going to turn 1 and 2. Well, actually, let's go back a lap. Lap 9. They come to 3 and 4. K's is turning and everything to make the corner and all, but then his car just straightens out. It doesn't turn right or anything. It just decides to go straight. Don't know if he caught a lag spike, because I know especially I froze prior just right before that happened. So I don't know if he lagged or mobile controller happened or it was a driver error. He might have let go of the button. Don't know. But Joey lost some positions, but he ended up getting those back coming 8 to go. They go into turn 1 and 2. Joey hits K's and causes the big one. K's hits Aiden. Aiden hits G-Man. Isaac was the only driver getting through that incident. G-Man was a lap down due to the fact he joined late. But as he was involved in said incident, but it wasn't his fault, he did get the free pass. There was no LCI or anything like that because, like I said, it wasn't his fault. He was just an innocent bystander. When they went green the first time after Ultra DNF, G-Man laid back the entire time due to the fact he was a lap down. He couldn't do much. He couldn't fight anybody. So he just could ride around. He didn't want to get him in the way of the leaders or anything like that. but was involved in the crash. But like I said, it happened at 1 and 2. There's no death balls, so no harm, no foul, nobody DNF. Then fast forward all the way coming 2 laps to go. Kays and Aiden are leading out front. Joey, actually no, take that back. Joey didn't door Kays. Kays kind of came down a bit and caused the wreck. Then with 3 or 4 laps to go, Joey tried to door Kays, saying that he didn't, trying to show that he wasn't appreciative of Kays dooring him at lap 9. But instead of dooring him, he got into his corner panel, which would have caused a wreck, but everyone kept it. Kays didn't, the car didn't really budge. I mean, it got sideways, yeah, but he didn't spin out or anything. He still managed to keep like P3 or P4, but worked his way up, got to 2 to go. And like right after that incident, after Joey hit Kays, G-Man, something happened with G-Man, causing both G-Man and Joey to stop on the backstretch or something. They're both going straight. I don't know if G-Man lagged out there or not. I don't remember, honestly. I mean, well, he didn't lag out. I thought he was going to lag out, but he didn't lag out. But so it was up to Aiden Kays in the front. Aiden was blocking like a madman. He was basically trying. It looked like he was trying to do what I did, but it didn't really work because he kept leaving the bottom open. And I mean, kept leaving it open. He was like very vulnerable to Kays getting underneath him. So he basically led all the way up. Then coming to the white flag, Aiden was leading over Kays. Going into 1 and 2s, Kays kept trying to get to the inside, got to the inside, gets about, side, like dead even side by side, but then Aiden would get to run off the corner and get the side draft. Then it wasn't until turn 3 and 4 where Aiden made a questionable move. Well, actually, no, Kays was on his inside. Aiden never came down or went up to even try to side draft or anything like that. So going into 3 and 4, Aiden was at a little bit of a disadvantage to Kays. And Kays ended up coming out of turn 4, gets side by side, and was just close enough that he was barely out front. And when they came into the travel, it gave Kays the advantage to win due to the fact that he was on the inside lane. And the bottom is the shortest way around the track. So it gave him the advantage to win Daytona. So Valhalla dominate or wins both duels. They weren't the dominant teams, but they are definitely fast teams. Because like I said, G-Man had a shot at to win before his incident with Joey. I don't know what Joey was thinking. I don't know if it was on Joey or G-Man, because I was more paying attention on Aiden and Kays battle when it happened. I looked behind those two, and they were both stopping on the front stretch, or the back stretch, I mean, off the racing surface. So no caution was called. None of them were spinning. Maybe Joey was spinning, but G-Man was going straight. But yeah, overall, Joey led the most laps in Duel 2 with 7 laps. Then Isaac, Kays, and Aiden all led 4 laps each for stage or Duel 2. Duel 1, we're still working on who led the most laps there due to the fact that since I don't have footage of the first 8 or so laps, I can't pinpoint on who led what laps. I can only assume that Mills led most of them laps, but since I don't want to assume and I actually want the actual footage so that way I actually know and get all things right or correct, I don't have them fully completed. I have the rest of the laps after the first 8 laps all completed. Right now, before those laps get added. Right now, it sits at Mills led 6 of the 20 laps. He definitely led more than 6 laps. It's just this was a thing that uh happened since I forgot to record the first half, so I don't have all the laps, so I don't know what laps he led. For sure, I led a total of 4 laps because I led the first lap, and then at maybe the if I did lead any more laps other than these four, it was the second lap, but I don't know if I led that lap. I think I got wrecked that lap when I decided to make a late block and spun out on Mills' front bumper. Cody also led 4 laps. Again, not 100% sure whether he led laps in the time span of me not recording. And that was it. Chase, I don't, unless the recording says otherwise, Chase did not lead a single lap uh, in Duel 1. But that's the Duel review. Like I said, pretty much for this Daytona 500. Joey, Ultra, Caves, they're going to be ones to watch as in like aggressiveness due to the fact that they had some beef with each other. So definitely be on the watch for them. But for Daytona 500 predictions, I would say this: Chevys are definitely outnumbered. Chevy's got 7 full-time drivers versus Ford's having technically 10 drivers, but one's a part-time driver. But all 10, the said part-time driver will be racing tonight for the Daytona 500. So, but that puts in an account. So that puts 10 Fords versus 7 Chevys. Chevys are outnumbered, but Silverholm and Penske are the only 2 teams with 4-car teams. Like their teams are full. There is other 4-car teams like Goat Motorsports and Daytona Penske Racing, but or not Daytona Penske Racing. Daytona Racing Club. Those 2 teams have 4 cars, but they only have 2 drivers. So, but Silverholm is the only team with 4 cars, and Penske is the only team with. It's the only 4 teams with 4 cars. Silverholm, Chevy, Penske, Ford. Though you could technically say that Silverholm has a 5th car due to the fact that Ultra has an alliance with said Silverholm team. But whether he wants to fulfill that, I don't know. That's for him to decide because he's still his own team. Ultra Motorsports can do whatever how they want, but they are kind of being considered as a 5th Silverholm team or car. If you, it's kind of like how Penske has, Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Austin Cindric, and then you have the Wood Brothers, which is a Penske affiliate team, basically Penske's 4th car. But that's basically what I'm talking about. But for my predictions, it's gonna be a tough one during the duels. Yes, I especially myself learned a lot during the duels with him pushing and stuff like that. But like for racing wise and driving wise, who's gonna be the fastest people to watch out for? That's a tough one. Like I can say who's gonna be out front. Of course, you got Ultra, he's gonna be out front. You got Cody, he's definitely gonna be out front. He can definitely go from the back to the front in a matter of seconds. You got Mills can do that. Joey can do that. Hayes. You got all these drivers that can do that. But winning wise, it's all gonna be based on luck. We we have a ton of. What do you mean, Ultra? What about you? You're the first name I said. I literally said, Ultra, you have fast speed. Then you got Cody, he can go from the back to the front. You got Mills, you got Hayes, you got Aiden. Yeah, Aiden can be a little over aggressive from times, but he's definitely a good super speedway and can be a good pusher if you let him get the chance. I mean, he showed in the duels. He didn't wreck Joey. He was pushing Joey the entire time, but Joey was also helping him. There, but that's a teammate factor. Teammates are going to be definitely a key here, and your friends are definitely going to be key. So basically, a lot of these drivers are going to be looking out for those friends. If they don't have those friends, they don't really have anybody to really work with. But yeah, I feel like the fours will be the main fast ones. But as like Cody said, I guess this is his own words. Silver Hall is also one to watch out for. We won the clash, and we won both duels. We weren't, you know, best drivers in the duels, but we ended up somehow winning. But let's go on to talking to some drivers here. We got a few drivers that want to talk here. Um, let's pick out a random. Let's go with Ultra. You got a copy? Nope, Ultra left. Ultra literally did, dude. Ultra literally did as soon as I pressed unmute. What the fuck? So I have to unmute him again. Oh, you don't want to speak? Okay. You're just here because of the hell of it. Okay, fine. I'll get another driver. Let's go with Mills. You got a copy? I know you don't shy
Yeah,
away.
I'm here. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second.
I know you don't shy away from interviews.
Okay. Yep. What's good?
Well, Mills, dominated your duel as far as we can see. What are going to
Yeah.
be main factors to watch out for here in tonight's race? You watched over Duel 2. You were actually hosting with me and Niall, or at least commentating. You weren't really controlling the flags or anything like that. But what is going to be main things to watch out for here tonight for the Daytona 500?
Probably. I guess teammates and side draft, dude. That side draft really pulls you, dude. Oh my lord. I was seeing Aiden just get. Oh my gosh, he was getting great exits off that side draft, dude. It was insane.
Well, I know you guys tend to work together. I mean, we've seen it with Joey and Aiden. They worked pretty well. They didn't wreck each other. Like Ultra predicted where he's going to get wrecked by Aiden. Turns out he didn't
Yeah.
get wrecked by Aiden, but still got wrecked by his own. But Aiden's teammate and your teammate
Yeah.
on accident. But
Yeah.
with that being said, what other than your teammate and everything, you guys are definitely gonna work together. Who's gonna be your ones to watch for Daytona in general, and possibly
Um.
super speedways?
I think I would say like this is like my like underdog kind of win, and like I could see him actually winning. Like Isaac, I could see him winning. I could see G-Man winning. Just like some underdogs that you don't really see in the front or really winning at super speedways a lot. Um, but if I could go with someone that's like almost 100%,
Yeah.
I would probably go with Ultra.
You wanna go again that Saturday? Get firewood. What you think? Of course I will. But so you pulled out Ultra. You said Isaac, G-Man, underdogs. Who's gonna be? I know you're. If you do not have a teammate around, if it's just you, who's gonna be the people you mostly work with for the most part? Is it gonna be like your friends, or is it gonna be like somewhat of like a manufacturer alliance or something like that?
I think it's gonna be similar to like both at the same time, honestly. Because mainly it's gonna be Cody go forth. I could see that working a lot, but mainly it's gonna be like both.
So, going into this race, we got Daytona 500 going to next week. We got Daytona Road Course. two separate tracks. What is going to be the key factor for tonight in order to say, like, if you're good at super speedways, win this race, but then you're not good at road courses? What are going to be some factors in order to keep the points lead going into the third week of the season after Daytona? Like I said, you're good at super speedways, but not good at road courses.
Is this from you? Like,
Yeah,
if
this
you
is for
like,
you.
okay.
Like if you're good at super speedways but not good at road courses, what is going to be the key point to try to keep points lead going into week 3, which is not a road course or
mm,
super speedway?
just practice. I mean, simple as that.
Well, I mean like
Like,
race wise, not like
race
practice wise,
wise,
but race wise. When
probably just staying at the front. So if I do fall off, it's not going to be by much. That's what I do here at Daytona too. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
well, it's good talking to you, Mills, and let's see what you got on the track tonight. We'll see you later at pre-race, which will be at 8 o'clock, seeing how the race got moved back to 8:30.
Yep. All right, I'll see you.
All right, next up we'll have. Let's see if Isaac, you got a copy.
Oh,
Said you got a copy.
yeah.
Well, Isaac, where did you place in your duel? Let me have a look at
Got lost.
that. Oh yeah, that's right. You got ended up getting wrecked by Case due to the fact that you came down on him. You know, after that experience and everything with the duels, what was it that you learned the most for the Daytona 500, or for the duel in the duels that you could possibly implement for the Daytona 500?
Pretty much nothing.
Nothing. What do you mean by
Nothing.
that? You didn't learn how people are going to race you. You didn't learn how to.
Yeah, I know how people race me. I know they're gonna race me hard, but I don't really care.
You didn't. So basically, you're saying like you after you spun out on the front bumper of C's after coming down on them, you didn't learn anything from that.
No.
Ain't no damn. Oh god, stupid. I'm talking about 637. I'm not stupid. You're not stupid. Because we did it last time. Yeah. Wait. The last time we went to teams. But well, going to the Daytona 500, you're starting in the rear of the field, seeing how you finished last of your duel. What are you is going to be ways that you're going to try to work your way forward to the front? I know your team owner just said he's going to be late due to the fact he's at soccer practice and all that. But what are going to be ways that you try to work your way up front, Isaac?
Just try to work with other teammate, with other people. I don't really matter if it's a manufactured teammate or a Ford. Just work with anyone.
So basically, you're just going into this as an open-minded person. If things
Yeah,
go, it happens.
yeah. Even if I get DNF, oh well. At least I tried my best.
At least you get points in the end.
Yeah.
So, is there anybody you want to hope that you have good battles with this season, or you think you're going to be a contender against you this season?
I mean, I say Mills. Most likely Mills. Okay. Yeah, no, you're done.
Okay, Ultra. Got
Mills
it.
and Ultra. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Keep talking.
Interesting picture.
Keep talking. Let's see what's gonna happen to you.
Oh man.
No, one thing. Oh no.
Ultra is already starting beef with drivers, and he's not. We're not even racing.
Fucking cry like a baby. So don't be talking now, Ultra.
Holy shit!
Oh, also one
Oh,
thing I learned.
uh
Don't mess with Ultra because
huh.
whenever you spit him out, he starts crying like a baby. Even if you slight touch his bumper or spit him out, he starts crying.
Well, I can understand why he got wrecked for it in the duel. He just needed to have an okay race in order to stay on front row, and just got wrecked by Joey. And it wasn't even his fault.
Yeah.
Well, let's continue, Isaac, and
Yep.
I guess we move on to
See you pre-race.
well, not pre-race, but see if Frog wants an interview. Yeah. Oh, that's it. Frog, you got a copy?
Hello?
There you are. Well, Frog, you weren't there for the duels and everything. You were getting ready to qualify, but then left the game. We're there for the duel, getting ready for the duel, then left the game. Going into the Daytona 500, you're starting in the back with Ultra, Isaac, and some other people. What are going to be thoughts for this race?
Well, first off, I'm not going to be as aggressive in the opening laps of the race since I don't want to wreck out early. But as the race progresses, I'm probably going to get more and more aggressive. So,
Well, going into this race, who are going to be your main drivers to work with or people for
TVM.
this? That's the only team, or is there any other teams that you plan on working with?
Nope.
No,
Maybe
just
Cody. That's
TVM.
it.
Just TVM. Nobody else. Wow,
Maybe Cody.
straightforward. And the thing is, you were straightforward with that.
Well, maybe also will work with Cody, but other than that, maybe not. Maybe that's it.
So you have like technically six choices, but in reality five. The reason why I say technically is like I said before, Ultra is a Pimple Hollow affiliate. So, but you know, but I can see that you guys dislike each other, so that's gonna probably be out the picture. That's why I said five.
Yeah, I don't really like Ultra. Not gonna lie.
Uh, I could see that coming along, that phrase coming along ever since LUN when you guys were at each other's throats then.
Yeah, but
But
other than that, I saw the table hall calls were faster in the duel, so that's good.
so after I guess your teammates won the clash and won the duels, plus was dominant. You were the only undominant driver in the clash. That weren't there for the duels. What is going to be your game to make a step up and show that to Valhalla? Hey, I'm also a Valhalla driver and win races.
Win the 500.
Well, like I said, 500 is all about luck. It's not based on whether you're good or not. What what possible other possible races could you possibly win that other than the 500 or super speedway due to the fact that super speedways are mostly about luck? What are going to be your main races to look out for?
We'll see when we get there.
Well, it's good talking to you, Frog, and let's see what you got for the 500. Seeing how you're starting out in the back and have to work your way forward in order to get with your teammates. Seeing
Thank
how
you for your
they're
time.
starting front row. You're welcome. Well, that's gonna do it. Actually, I'm not gonna end it just yet. I want to go over who's going to be starting where for the Daytona 500. So, starting on the front row, we will have Cody on the inside lane, K's on the outside. K starting P2 to the fact Ultra got DNS, so K's gets moved up a position. One is dual, so he gets second. Then starting on row 2, we'll have Mills on the inside starting third in a Ford. So basically, it'll be me starting third on the as row 2, and then on the outside, it'll be Aiden starting P number 4 in the number 20 advanced auto parts Ford. Row number 3, we will have Mills in the number 22 Pennzoil machine. And on his outside, you have G-Man taking up the 6th place position, starting on the outside. Row number 4, we'll have Chase in the number 33 machine, starting on the inside for P number 7. And then Joey on the outside, starting behind G-Man. And it's going to be P number 8. Then next, we will have Isaac in P9 in row number 5. Yes, even though he was in duel 2, he's getting put to the inside lane due to the fact he did finish the duels. He did finish the season and qualified, so he will be on the inside lane. Then you have those that didn't race, like Frog, Coolberry, Spence, James. Those drivers, they all basically get to choose where they start. But the only person that I did not mention that did race the duels is Ultra. Ultra is starting dead last due to the fact he destroyed his car. So I don't know what Niall will do, but if it was me, not Ultra would start 10th, P number 10 due to the fact that he was in the duels. Those that didn't show, even though they didn't destroy the cars, they still would be technically all the way to the back due to the fact they didn't even attempt to race. But other than that, that's gonna do it here for this episode. We have less than 2 hours. We have less than 2 hours to the Daytona 500, and we'll see you there.